All right, everybody, welcome back. It is the Rob and Stu Show, last show of the year, last Pick'em show of the year. And we got almost everybody. Shout out CBD, who's hugging a toilet right now. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. Not
Tough.
over his picks. It's
Tough.
the Rona. It's the Rona got him. And the picks. The picks a little bit. We are joined, as always, co-host. We're gonna get to him in a moment, Roberto. You're actually seeing a ghost for the folks on YouTube. You're seeing a ghost. He's dead. He is dead. Dead.
Drew Lock's son, dead.
Dead.
Put me out of my misery. Dishes, nothing.
Dishes, nothing. Walmart, no.
Down tremendous.
Bad times.
Giving up on being a sports fan.
Yeah, well, who cares about sports? You'd
The
have
new
to be
year,
a psychopath.
petunias, baking. I talked to my pastor this morning. We're leaving sports behind in 2024.
Big steps. Thanks for sucking it up and manning up for this show.
No problem.
Yeah, sports are. I mean, I agree with you. They're
Awful.
Horrendous.
Awful.
Speaking of a sports lover, absolute savage, formerly of Twitter fame, in a beautiful hoodie, just a beautiful, nice. It really complements his eyes and his beautiful head. He is the man they call the Bobcat.
I figured I would rep. I mean, Michigan State is going to go into in their bowl game this year.
They won the bowl game. Yeah,
you can't lose if you don't play. So
Missed it. Yep.
That's true.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll talk about Rutgers later, but I mean,
Some are
Rutgers.
saying the biggest bowl game of the year. Rutgers, Miami.
The century.
Way bigger than the Rose Bowl.
Oh, 100%. And
Some are
finally,
saying Rutgers would get in a 12-team playoff over Florida State. Some are saying that.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I read it on Twitter. You wouldn't know. You're not on Twitter anymore. IP address blocked, but
Can't even create a new one.
can't even create a burner. No burners. Nobody's getting qualified. You got qualified.
I did.
Finally, our CFO, our COO, and our director of player development. He is the face that runs the place at Pulse Sports Network, not media, network. Same though. He is Jeffrey L'Aquarius Shelton the fourth. Jeffrey, how are you? It is good to see you. Host Udja Football Now. I believe I got that right. How's things going? Big game against the Seminoles.
Huge game, and it grows in anticipation each day, each hour. It gets more and more
exciting,
encompassing, exciting. Huge matchup, pivotal for both programs. No, in all seriousness, it's absolutely horrible, and it's hilarious because for me, I'm busier now than I ever was during the season, and I was busy, folks. And now with transfer portal and recruiting signing day, it is just ridiculous. And it's not fun news. It's just, I don't know. But here we are.
Well, you guys are playing for the Natty. You guys are in the playoffs, so.
Yeah, we're playing to see which freshman might rise up the depth chart next year. That's what we're playing for.
Not Dylan.
We're going to have fun in Miami. At least it's in Miami, so they can, do all that stuff. But yeah, it's great. And I would rather be no other place, Stu, than here with you guys. And
last show of the year, big show, last show of the year.
All the fixings.
Bobcat, why Georgia's playing Florida State? Why is that?
Because we whooped that ass, controlled the line of scrimmage, dominated. I think we held them to 74 rushing yards. It was a thing of beauty. I mean, the line of scrimmage. I mean, I don't. All year, and I'm guilty of it too. I've been on that offensive and defensive line of Alabama's all year about being soft. And Georgia, I mean, has a dominant front. They've always controlled the line of scrimmage and it's bully ball. However, I mean, Alabama was rushing 4 and was able to get a lot of pressure with 4. And they were dropping 2 deep safeties. And that's why, I think if Michigan, I mean, you heard the Michigan fans, we talked about it. They knew, they saw the SEC championship game. They're probably like, oh, we're getting Florida State now. Thanks, Alabama. And then
They're actually I heard they protested at the Capitol today.
yeah, I
They're
wouldn't be
going under
surprised.
the Free Palestine movement, which is a weird name to be supporting Michigan under, but you know, it's interesting.
I'm
Rob,
surprised.
you actually sent me a report about that, so thank you.
I'm surprised
That
Jim.
was classified, but well, now it's out there. So
Well, yeah. Now we're putting it classified information out there, but you know that's what
fine.
we want to bring.
Well,
to
it's the last
listeners.
show of the year. I don't mind going out in the blaze of glory.
Yeah,
But I'm surprised Jim Harbaugh didn't call Kirby up and be like, "Hey, dude, you just want to switch us? Do you guys want to switch us?" I think honestly, you'd get more
Bobcat looks
viewership.
like a schoolgirl right now. Like, when they're spinning in their seat, like when they're excited that one of their
Yeah.
friends comes in the class. Like
a
he's
note just got
he-
passed to him. He is
he
pumped.
can't even move right now.
He can't.
If
He's
if he
just ready
stood
to
up,
rock and
forget
roll.
about it. If he stood
Oh
up,
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh wow,
I'd
NC-17 on the YouTube.
I'd poke
Yeah.
the screen.
well,
Yeah.
family show, family
Um,
show.
But no, I'm looking forward to it. January 1st can't come soon enough. But I think, next year it's gonna be awesome with 12 teams. I know it's gonna be less awesome for those Iron Bowls every year when Auburn's like 6-6 and Alabama's got one loss, it doesn't matter. But it'll be fun next year, right?
The only thing is like you get your automatic bid. So that's like everybody's going to play for, right? So they still could matter that game at least. For us in Georgia Tech, like that won't matter because it's not a conference game. So
Does it
right,
ever
our
matter?
bid could be safe. We could lose and still get our automatic SEC championship bid if we go on to win that. So at least you have an SEC rival at the end. I think I would rather have like Florida at the end now to make it even more interesting. But
That would be sweet. Your schedule sucks next year. I don't. That's a tough one.
Let me tell you, even at like Ole Miss and what they're doing in the portal right now. I mean, Lane Kiffin, Portal King, serious star defenders. He's adding like really talented guys, and
Is it a done deal? Walter Nolan's going there.
it's not done. No.
It's not done. I think Walter ends up following LT.
Bama's pushing hard. Georgia's
Bama.
pushing hard.
I know that
Tennessee's pushing hard.
I've heard that it's in the $5 million range from some Ole Miss boosters. That's what some reports are saying, $5 million range. But I think he wants to win a natty. I think that's what Jimbo sold him on. Same with LT, him and LT coming from the same class. It would not shock me at all if before January 1st he's,
Yeah,
at
Ole Miss will
Alabama.
have that money. Maybe Bama. I'm sure John, you know more about that, but Georgia's not shelling out that much. They're not going to top you. They're going to try to sell, like John said, culture, championship chances, a really interesting schedule at least play at. We're at Texas and all that good stuff, at Ole Miss and stuff. So that's what he's going to try. Georgia's
You
not
don't
going to
make money at Alabama, boy. Not as a recruit. You got to come in and prove it. Like Jalen Milroe's raking in money now because those people are like hiring him to like do commercials and stuff. And but yeah, coming in off the street, you got to prove yourself.
Yeah. What did Ohio State shot down Cam Ward for $2 million? So
I would shoot down.
Yeah, that
Cam
was
Ward for
surprising.
$2 million.
we'll
Shoot
see
him
what
down.
happens.
$2 million for
Yeah, I know it. It's a lot. It's a lot. Well, Mario Cristobal will get it done. Let's get into bowls. Records, out the window. These bowl games, it's so hard to even. Nobody knows who's playing in them. We're just going to round robin it and throw out some ideas. My illustrious co-host Roberto, Bowl King, you're feeling the juice.
I'll be down at least $2,000 by the end of bowl season.
Well, that's exciting. How's Courtney feel about that?
No other way around it. Well, listen, still, when you're a degenerate gambler and your wife accepts you for who you are, it's it's a part of it.
Just if you can write some notes down on how that
You've met
happens.
Courtney. She's a saint. Listen, anybody that deals with
You want to talk
somebody
about
like myself is a saint. Yeah.
Just a demon in the casino.
Yeah. I got Yonkers going tonight too. So
big times.
Yeah. All right, let's get down.
How's that Stetson bet looking, huh?
What's the score?
Oh, Stetson's up by 3.
Wonderful.
Yep.
All right, let's get into bowl season here. The first bowl, this is in Bobcats territory in Alabama. Duke versus Troy. I like Duke getting 7.5 in the spot. I understand the coach left. Troy, good defense, yada yada yada. 7.5 is way too many points. I understand Leonard left. Duke lost so many people. I think Duke can cover the 7.5 in this game. Stu's shaking his head. He disagrees.
Me too. Add
Oh,
me
yeah,
to that.
that's a
That is
horrible thing.
that's
Terrible bet. Okay.
Yeah.
I would
All right.
change that if I were you.
That's fine. I won't. I'll even bet it more now since you both hate it.
I'm
My
like
second
undefeated on
bet of
Troy
bowl
bets.
season, Bowling Green plus 4.5 against Minnesota. Minnesota losing a lot of players in the transfer portal. Don't like the way
Did
this
you hear
Minnesota
about
team
Minnesota's
going.
quarterback that they have
That's
playing
right.
in this game?
That's right.
He's never thrown a collegiate pass. He was the third stringer. He was going to Arizona. He's graduated. He wanted to go to Arizona with his wife to start a job. PJ Fleck got 30 grand from some boosters to pay him so he would start one game. And then he's going to fuck to Arizona to go home. And
I would start in a bowl game for 30K.
I know it's a great deal.
Oh,
It's like
anybody would,
20,
yeah.
15.
And then I would go to put it all on red.
How did Minnesota even get a bowl at
gambling
5 and
problem.
7?
The
teams.
academics, yeah, their graduation rate or something.
When they don't hit enough 6-win teams, they start funneling through the less than 6-win teams.
That's
why
right,
JMU
yeah.
got a bowl
Some are
spot.
saying Army deserves to be in a bowl game. Some are saying
I've read that.
6 wins.
My third play of bowl season, West Virginia minus 6.5. North Carolina is absolutely terrible. They're falling apart. Drake May's not going to play in this game. I don't like
Tez
North
Walker.
Carolina one bit. I thought West Virginia played well to end the season. I like them here minus 6.5. I'm not going to bet against Bags and BC because who the hell knows in that game. Give me the Rutgers Scarlet Knights plus 1.5. That line was all the way up to 4.5, and it's dropped all the way down to 1.5. Monungai is going to play. He's coming back next season. That's huge. Big for us. I love Arizona on Thursday. Absolutely love Arizona next Thursday versus Oklahoma. -3. I hated the way Oklahoma ended the season. I know they ended up 10-2. I did not think they played well down the stretch. Arizona got red hot. I love that quarterback. Really like the way they ended up. I like Kentucky plus 5.5 Friday. Clemson, I'm not a big fan of Clemson. I thought they were extremely overrated. I like Kentucky that day we went to the game. I don't think they're that bad. 5.5 in this spot. I'm just not a fan of Dabo the past 2 years or so. I think Clemson's fallen off. Not a fan of them. Let's get down to my big bet, which Bobcat's going to hate my guts. But listen, I got to
Send it.
Okay. Everybody and their mother is on Alabama. And this line has not moved. This is my best bet of bowl season. I won't even be upset if Alabama wins because I can't stand Michigan. I loathe Michigan. This line to me screams Michigan. All the public money is on Alabama, and it's not budging. Now, listen, you get a day or two before the game and it starts to move, maybe my words won't be so strong. But this line isn't going anywhere. As of right now in Las Vegas, let's see the percentage of money bet on Alabama. What do you guys think it is?
Probably 64.
Yeah.
75% of the money, early money right now is on Alabama. And it hasn't budged. That's a big play for me towards Michigan. I can't stand Michigan. But this line, it's just a line play to me, a straight numbers play. It's Michigan money line in the big game. I can't wait for those two games. I think they're going to be phenomenal. Washington, Texas game, phenomenal. Alabama, Michigan, I think it'll be phenomenal. This is it for the Big Ten. This is the Big Ten's best chance to ever win one of these things. I hate to say that it has to be Michigan because Stu's going to be pissed,
Washington's coming to the Big Ten. They can claim it when they get there next year.
Well, maybe when they get there.
It's
but this
technically
this
next year. It's
Yeah, but
they're winning in 24.
This is the Big Ten's best chance. Without getting Georgia in there, without the 12 teams, this is their best chance. And they were sick to their stomachs when they drew Alabama. You know they were that day when that thing came on the screen. They were sick. They were dying to get Florida State. Florida State's in this game. What's the line? 15.5?
14.
14?
Yeah, it's
14.
double. It's probably double digits. Yeah.
It's 14. I
What
played
did you
it at
think
14.
about him going out hiring that former Michigan staffer right before that?
Nick Saban?
For the game, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're wrong. I'll talk about why the line hasn't moved. If you want to know why the line hasn't moved, it's because nobody that's really big movers and shakers, none of the big sharks that come into this, they're not going to come in till the 29th.
You're not
after
wrong.
Christmas.
You're
and
not wrong.
I think we touched on it, that front four of Alabama, they only have to rush 4 to stop the run. They're dropping 2 safeties back and still stopping the run. Terrion Arnold as a DB, he's like 175 pounds soaking wet. He's really good against the run. Caleb Downs is really good against the run. I don't like Blake Corum this season. I think he lost that getaway breakaway speed.
Yes.
I
100% agree.
I don't like JJ McCarthy after the sign stealing allegations. He's a horrific passer. He doesn't use his feet very well because he's kind of banged up. You have to remember Alabama was without Jace McClellan. Jace McClellan dressed out but didn't play in the SEC championship game. He's going to be healthy. I think that, and you said it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a horrific game. I think this is going to be joyless murder ball for 4 quarters. And I would assume, unless you're a degenerate Alabama fan,
I'll
like
enjoy
me,
watching it.
but
Well,
unless
look
you're
at the over-under. They're telling you that with the over-under. It's 45 in a major game. That's what it's going to be.
I think this is going to be 42-3, and I think it's going to be an ass whooping from the get-go. Michigan has relied. I did. You know, I already did.
24.5. I reverse line 24.5.
They wouldn't let
I took
me.
Alabama first quarter.
They wouldn't let me.
Minus 17.
But I think Michigan has relied heavily on the Iowa offenses, a lackluster Ohio State offense, where their average field position was at they're at the opponent's 45-yard line because of turnovers. Alabama, you're not getting that with Alabama.
Will Michigan get a first down? I
don't think Michigan crosses the 50-yard line until the 4th quarter. And if that was a bet that I could make, I would play it and I'd put $1,000 on it. I'm not kidding. I think this Alabama team,
I know you're not kidding.
This Alabama team, and I told you guys after week 2 lost to Texas, and Alabama was plus 4,000 to win the Natty. I placed a bet on plus 4,000. I told you all to do it. And
bet Alabama to win the Super Bowl. That's what you told us the first week.
Yeah. I'm curious what J.C. thinks, but Michigan is phony. The Big Ten is phony.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
We talked about it on the show.
Don't make me defend Michigan, please. I hate Michigan.
Who did they play?
We talked about it on this show a little bit, and I talked about it a lot with Artie Lynch on UJ Football Live all year, really, because it was so hard. We were talking more about nationally beyond just Georgia, especially when the CFP started to come out. So it was so hard for us to judge the Big Ten teams because of the offenses, guys. And I think that goes without saying, to be honest. When you look at the level of offense played, of course, the defenses are going to be good if they recruit at any level. They have good coaching, so they're going to do well. Alabama's offense poses threats that Michigan has not faced. And, Georgia struggled with Jalen Milroe. And it's not just about keeping Jalen Milroe in the pocket or forcing him to bad throws or what have you. He just makes plays. So many times in that game, the SEC championship, a little flip here and there, the right move at the right time. Some of them are lucky, but some of them just make plays you can't stop. Right? Yeah. So he's that guy. McCarthy's not.
Rob didn't read the Athletic article where I think it was Bruce Feldman got Big Ten DCs and head coaches anonymously commenting that Alabama's going to destroy Michigan because the style of play, the speed difference, the size difference. You're not seeing that in the Big Ten. No. Name one high-profile offensive player that they played in the Big Ten.
Now, you're not one player. Run it 38
Marvin
times.
Harrison Jr.
Marvin Harrison got into the Heisman finals. He got into New York. He had half the yards Devontae Smith had. Devontae Smith played a COVID season.
Without a quarterback.
Without a good quarter. He played with Matt freaking Jones, dude. Like, are you
Marvin
kidding
Harrison
me?
played with Kyle McCord, who just
Listen,
went to
Hey,
Syracuse.
hey, Rob, he might be a good receiver, but he is not a whole team, and he was not even close to
Homie was
being
born
full
on third
strength
base.
Kyle McCord there. That offense was a mess, and you see what Ohio State has done with the transfer portal as a signifying factor. They got rid of McCord so fast; it was done. They knew
Marvin
it.
Harrison was
Everybody
born
else
on
was
third
talking about,
base.
but Big Ten fans don't want to realize.
Okay,
What I'm saying
I
is,
need to
John,
go
my last
live. I need to go live into that Georgia man cave on this game. Let's say Michigan pulls this game out. Are you happy or are you distraught that the SEC lost?
no, and if Alabama beats us, I want them to win it all. I told John, I want them to
Okay.
win it all. I want to lose the national champion. I don't want
It's
to.
a-
I do own a lie detector kit. I
But
could ship it down there.
I'll get off my last point, John. I don't think you can look at this game and consider what Bama, how they play Georgia's offense. I think it's going to be complete different defense. And Nick Saban showed he could adjust. I'm sure you watched the post game interview and him talking about why he adjusted to what he did on the defensive front and in the back end. They're going to play differently against this Michigan team. They're one dimensional. I don't think they're going to be challenged that much. Now, Michigan does really good off of play action. They might catch you slipping a few times, but can you do it consistently? I don't think so. And then Jalen Miller was just so hard to stop. But that's all I got on that, boys.
I believe JC, and it's the same thing unless it was Auburn or Tennessee or LSU playing for them. I mean, those three teams. Yeah, I'm wearing Michigan gear or Washington gear or even Texas gear because those are the three teams that I hate. But if Georgia beat us, I'd be like, go three-peat it, go get it done. But and I mean, I think you're going to see 8-man box in the first series Michigan has offensively, and I think they're going to say throw on us. We dare you to try to throw on us. Who's your receiver threat?
Yeah,
Because
your
we're gonna
corners are really good. Your corners,
Yeah, and
I'll just put them on an island to see what happens. Just
yeah, I
give
mean,
them the doubt.
and Rob, for your Eagles, I mean, you can keep drafting these big, slow defensive ends and defensive linemen that can't play DB. Alabama's about to have 4 consecutive years of first-round draft pick DBs that you guys can draft.
Hey, listen, I'm there this year. We need a defensive back. Although your man didn't play bad last night, JC Ringo. He played well for his first game.
Yeah, he's getting there. It's gonna take him some time, man.
Yeah. Eli Ricks plays like dog shit though. He's lazy. He takes the bad angles and he arm tackles, and he should have stayed his ass in college, undrafted ass.
He's been not good.
Kick him off this team. Kick him off the squad. Can I say the A word on here?
Kicking off the squad, let's transition to a guy who had a rough season, but he's going to make up for it on bowl season. Joshua Charles Shelton VI. What do you got for us, Josh?
Yeah, guys, this is just I can't even believe we're picking these, to be honest. I mean, the portal and what have you, the coaching moves. I mean, this is just impossible to pick, like, for real. I mean, I don't even know how do you guys think you're gonna do, because this is incredibly horrendous.
I'm playing like 5 games.
Yeah, I'm sticking to the big games.
I'd pay 0 if I could, but for the sake of the show, I like Louisville 7.5. Also like West Virginia. It's a good pick there, Rob. Give me A&M money line over Oklahoma State.
They're
And
losing everybody though, Jay.
I believe I believe in the coaching staff. They got a good staff there. Brought them in, get them playing. I don't know.
Is Elko coaching that game?
State up front looks doo-doo.
Is Elko coaching, Jay?
Should be, yeah. Yeah,
So
he's already.
Well, because the interim went was Robinson, and he went to Syracuse, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Elko's already there. Yeah.
I'd see, but I don't.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that he's coaching.
Yeah, because if you're a transfer player, you can't play, but your coach can transfer to a new school and immediately coach.
Yeah, I mean, I know Fran Brown's over there from Syracuse. No, I know they lost some guys, especially on the front, but they're loaded there. I mean, they had that recruiting class. They're just talented up front, both sides. I think they pushed them around. Oklahoma State got pushed around really horribly against Texas.
South Alabama. Hello.
And let's go to Arizona. Also like Arizona. And I like Clemson. I like Clemson. I don't agree with you there, Rob. They're more talented. They can run the
Mm.
ball. Shipley, I think, is going to play in this game. So you're going to have Maffa and Shipley back there. I think they run the ball at will. Then Missouri, I love Missouri in this game. I mean, they're when you consider just beyond the matchup itself. I mean,
Nobody's opted
Missouri's
out,
they're
and it's
no, they're
full steam
playing for
ahead.
their program. They're playing for their program. Like this is a huge. This might be the biggest game in their program history, man.
Is Eli Drinkwitz outside of Saban? Is Eli Drinkwitz the best hire? Well, Saban and Smart, but is Drink the best hire in the SEC?
Lane Kiffin. I mean, he took him to what 2 11-win seasons already after not having any, something like that, for a long time.
Well, no, didn't Freeze have one?
You might have,
but Drink
Yeah.
Drink stabilized that program.
Yeah, it's incredible the job he's done. I mean, the recruiting too. I mean, he said it this year. He used to have to, talk recruits into coming, but now he picks. He's recruiting well. The portal's been good to him as well. And he got those guys believing, I think, because, what Missouri and the stigma around their program is, right? And he's kind of played that into his culture there, and it's working out. So this is such a huge matchup for them. And on the other side, in Ohio State, and it is the complete opposite. I think they show up lackadaisical, I would assume. So Missouri, I think, is a good bet.
I'd bet if Ohio State was full go, I'd probably bet Missouri in that game.
Yeah, I mean, give me Missouri reverse line. We're gonna pull a Bobcat move. The only time I've done it this season. Let's go. What do you think? Let's go to 5.
You can go all the way to 7.
Let's go to. I like 5. I like 5 or 6.
Play it safe.
6.
Play
You
it
think the
safe.
touchdown game?
Yeah, do 6.
Touchdown game to still
Or
win.
do 5.5. 5 and a hook.
What do you think, Rob?
5 and a hook.
The ladies have spoken. Stu, put me down for that.
That's right.
Also,
And
I just can't take the Gary Pinkel disrespect though. Gary
oh,
Pinkel won
and
that.
Georgia over Florida State, 14 points is incredibly high. But Florida State, we're going to play in their 3rd and 4th strings, apparently, from what Georgia players have said what their friends at Florida State have told them. So, and Jared Verse just opted out tonight. They have several others going to the draft and opting out. 14 points, though. We do have Carson Beck back. Most of our weapons. I know Brock, I don't think he's going to play. He hasn't announced yet. But, man, that's a lot of points.
Is Kirby the kind of guy you think in a game like this, like, he's going to make a huge statement that we shouldn't be left out, or do you think he's already moving on to 24?
Oh, I think he'd love to do that. He is that guy to just want to stomp on them really, really hard. But also, I think he wants his players to have that mindset, not him have to tell them. So he's been telling them, don't let Alabama beat us twice. That's his message, apparently, according to the players, which makes sense. But I think it's more about the young guys because he wants to see these young guys because we've already had them on. We had 17 transfer portal additions, right? Some of them are gonna play, but he wants to see those guys lower down the depth chart and go ahead and evaluate them for next year. So I think it's a big game for him in that standpoint. He's trying to make it big for the players. But look at the talent they have versus the Florida State and what they're losing and not going to play in this bowl game. I like Georgia. We'll take Georgia. We'll take the points for the sake of the show. 14, even though I don't like it. I'd rather it be 12. But and we'll play one of these CFP games for the sake of the show as well. Maybe 2. I like Alabama. I guess we'll take a money line, 1.5 points, Michigan. Yeah, we'll take a money line. And then Texas, I like Texas by a touchdown, so we'll take the points there, 4.5. I got it here. Yeah. Texas line of scrimmage, easy. Washington, though, they play up in their games. I was really impressed with them against Oregon. They had that Cinderella story type, but how many times have we seen the Cinderella story type in the CFP, and how do those work out? Not very well, folks. Not very well. So I don't really give a crap who wins this game, but we'll take Texas, and I'd love to see Texas and Bama. And I think ESPN, the TV money, they've already wrote the script. That's what they want.
The rematch.
So they're gonna get, yeah. So it's going to be Alabama, Texas
McConaughey.
rematch. Yeah, McConaughey's going to be on the sideline. He might even be in the booth with Herb Street.
Oh, he will be.
Oh,
that's already set up.
But Yeah, them's are the picks, and I'm not confident in any, so I'll probably win them all.
I'd highly doubt that. I'm gonna let the Bobcat finish up the show for the year, and it's only fitting that I do that. Me and Rob are just, I mean, salt of the earth. I'm gonna start Saturday in what is the biggest travesty of the entire college football bowl season. Why is the Hawaii Bowl moved off of Christmas Eve? Any idea?
Listen,
That is a shame.
they ruined Christmas football when they got rid of the gray and white game.
They have Christmas.
Well, no, Christmas Eve was always the Hawaii Bowl, and then Christmas was the East-West game, which is, we've talked about it. I mean, that made Christmas. Well, I'm going to go to the Hawaii Bowl. Give me San Jose State laying the 10 and a half against Coastal. It really doesn't matter. Chavion Cordero returned back to the Big Island game. San Jose State's going to crush Coastal. Grayson McCall's gone. If you saw Coastal Carolina play without Grayson McCall, not great. They also lost their stud D end. San Jose State's
How many
gonna,
portal losses have both teams had, Stu?
I don't, Coastal I know has had 3 or 4. San Jose State I haven't seen many.
And that's the issue we have here, Stu.
Yes. Well, we don't know, but I'll tell you what, the line has gone up and up and up. And San Jose State is actually a pretty darn good team. Should have been. They were in contention for that Mountain West game, title game.
Some say a playoff team.
Yeah, I like the Spartans of San Jose State. I'm going to the Detroit Quick Lane Bowl. I mean, it's a big game. I'm going under 30. I'm showing 38 and a half. Bowling Green, Minnesota, it's going to be run. They can't throw the ball. Both teams, just massive amount of opt-outs and transfers. Minnesota loses their DC. He went to a better program. Unfortunately, you hate to see that happen. But yeah, under. It's like a 9-6 game. Vatek Tulane. I get to actually bet this game. Everybody's left since Willie Fritz left Tulane. Vatek only opt out is their tight end. But Roberto, you saw this Vatek team. They got so much better over the season. I think Vatek cruises in the Military Bowl. Salute to the troops. Thank you for your service. Bobcat, thank them for their service.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Bobcat and Stu, for keeping this country safe.
I mean, some do, some keep that promise.
Little
their
scary,
whole
little
life.
scary on both of you. A little scary. I don't know what.
A little scary.
Love Notre Dame against Oregon State. I know a ton of opt-outs, but you're playing Oregon State's second string.
You know, how dare you pick on Oregon State? You just took the coach, you took the quarterback. This and then you just
took quite a few players,
for dead.
and most
real
of their
nice.
recruiting class as well.
Real
Hate
nice.
to,
Yep,
hate
real
to
nice.
see it happen. Give me the Fighting Irish. I love Missouri, as previously stated. Wyoming in the Barstool Arizona Bowl. Daquan Finn's gone. Toledo's gone. Give me Wyoming. Give me the Cowboys. Bang, bang. They get the revenge. Bama, fighting for Ukraine, fighting to protect, displaced people in the Middle East, fighting for freedom, really. And that's a cause I want to support. So roll, damn Tide. And then I like Texas Washington over. I think both defenses are shaky at best. Give me Miami. All right, Bobcat. What do you like, good sir? Bowl games. Big set of bowl games.
Yeah, so big set of balls needed for this big set of bowl games. Okay.
Like Miami?
I went to Vegas last week and lost a lot of money, so I left with 78 cents. So I put 78 cents on this ticket, and it really does mean a lot. And 78 cents to win 127.
There you go.
So who's got it better than me? Okay.
Not many.
Yeah, not many. I'm gonna go against JC here. Start off taking the Oklahoma State money line against Texas A&M. For some reason, something's telling me this Oklahoma State team's gotten better since the South Alabama Jaguars whooped that tail in week 2 or one, whenever that was.
By the way,
Feels-
lane 17 to Eastern Michigan, which is just incredible.
Incredible travesty. It's a travesty. I'm gonna give a free play for everybody. It's not plus 4,000 anymore. It's plus 190. Alabama winning the national championship. And I'm just going in order here. And then I like Georgia laying 14. I think this is another Alabama-Michigan game. I think this is Georgia's murder ball. I think no matter what game it is, no matter what the meaning of it is, no matter what trophies at the end of it, I think Brock Bowers and Kirby Smart are both going to play. Or excuse me, one's going to coach out of their mind, one's going to play out of their mind. I don't think Brock Bowers is going to play JC. I really do. I don't think you can keep that kid off the field. I like him to win by, if I could reverse line it to 35, I'd reverse line it to 35. They're going to prove a statement for the SEC to say, Florida State, you're a fraud, which we already knew the ACC is a fraud. Just
We're
like
gonna
the
have,
Big Ten.
you're gonna get to back it up with all of our team was gone or Jordan Travis.
Oh, that's fine, but Georgia's gonna be playing second and third stringers. Lad McConkey's still gonna be banged up. Brock Bowers still gonna be kind of banged up, but they're gonna play. Whatever. Give me the Ole Miss money line against Penn State. Love what Lane Kiffin's able to do. It's just on that big contract extension today, which I don't know the details of. Give me Missouri money line. I would reverse line it. It wouldn't let me. I would have reverse lined it probably up to 5.5, like JC did. And this is where we get into the playoffs because we're going to play both playoff games, buddy. Texas, their secondary is equally as bad as the Philadelphia Eagles secondary. It is horrific. I think in their last 4 games, they gave up on average 302 passing yards a game. It is the worst secondary in the playoff by far. Michael Penix, Stu's guy, he's wearing purple for those puppy dogs. Sorry, JC, not your puppy dogs, but those husky puppy dogs. I like Washington here. I think what everybody is looking at Texas is like they're a shoe in. No, well, who cares? You know, blah blah, all that. It's in New Orleans. It's a home game for Texas. Washington's that little engine that could, man, that little train that could. Thomas the train, and so give me the Washington money line. And then here we go. They were allowing me to reverse line this thing. I was able to reverse line this thing 8.5 points, boys. I got Alabama laying 7. That's as high as I could go. If I could have done Alabama laying 30, I would have done that. So
I think you can on FanDuel.
Well, this was in Vegas. This was my last hoorah 78-cent ticket to win 127.
Blow
Can't
them
make
out.
that up. What's that?
You're gonna blow them out.
Who's the
Blow
last?
'em out.
Who's the last
Yeah,
team Alabama put 30 points on?
I mean, I'd have to look at the schedule. I think they put 30 on LSU.
Yeah, so maybe don't reverse line it to 30.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't think this Michigan defense is that good.
The highest you can reverse line it to is Alabama minus 24.5.
Do it.
And that is plus
What is it?
1,300.
Hey, Stu, put a $15 bet on there for me. I'll sell you $15 when we drop the pot. I'll take that every day.
23.5 is plus 1,100.
No, I want 24.5. I'm
Okay.
gonna stand by my word for the brand. You know, we reverse line stuff around here. Jim Harbaugh said today that they've changed the way they practice. They're practicing less physical, you know, hoping to give his kids. It's
Dude,
like,
you know what you do to your team there? You tell them you have to do something different to beat this team. So they already have it in their heads that they're a different animal. We got to do this different stuff. You keep your stuff the same way. You don't change your practices. You
no.
put fear in your own players' hearts.
Well, you heard the reaction. They're already afraid.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
whether you drew the script A or the block G, the wind was going to get sucked out of that room no matter what. And, you know, if the playoff committee would have put Georgia in 4, I'd have been fine with that too. I would have been fine with Alabama missing it. I thought we were going to miss it anyway. So I'm here. Alabama's going to win the Natty. I got them at plus 4,000. Roll damn Tide. And I'm not going to say the F word, JC, but screw Hamas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stu, can I say one thing about the CFP real quick before we go?
Yeah. Go right ahead.
Just quick. So I don't think we talked about it. So 4 best or 4 deserving. Pick one. They went with both. Michigan, Washington, arguably most deserving. Texas, Alabama, arguably top 4 best, and they are. But they went with both, and they just screwed themselves over. And I just want a round of applause for them for doing that. They had the opportunity to set themselves up for success and move Florida State to 8 the week before that. But no, they decided to blame Jordan Travis's leg the next week after they
Isn't
won.
it technically the ACC's fault since they blocked the playoff from expanding this year?
Hey, I get
They
what you're
did.
saying, Stu, but it's actually all Auburn's fault for rushing 2 on 4th and 31 because that would have fixed absolutely everything.
Oh boy.
It's
Yeah,
true.
poor
It's
Tiger
true.
Eagles.
There's a there's a video that my mother-in-law and father-in-law took during that game in front of my TV before that Hail Mary, which they say it wasn't a Hail Mary, but believe me, I'm not Catholic, but that was a Hail Mary.
Indian
yeah.
burial ground.
Yeah, I told you guys that is Jordan Hare is one of the toughest places to play if you're Alabama or Georgia, especially at night.
And Auburn finds it very difficult to play.
Well, no, this was just Hugh Freeze being stupid. This was just a stupid, boneheaded call. I think minimum you rush 3. It was stupid. That was a stupid play. But hey, you win some, you lose some, right? Like playing Madden, I guess. Hugh Freeze thought he was playing Madden.
Stands to reason. You know who's gonna be playing Madden a lot is the Eagles, because they're gonna be at home very quickly. Like what, 3-4 weeks, first round
Oh, yeah,
exit.
a lot of golf.
Lot of golf.
They've secured a playoff spot, but
It's terrible.
I mean,
Just hand it-
Poverty sports city, huh?
Horrific.
Yep.
Extra bet. Take the Ravens.
yeah,
Take the Ravens.
take the Ravens.
7
I hate to
straight Monday
say
Night
anything.
Football
I hate to
underdog
say
time.
anything is a lock in the NFC because you never know. But there just is not a team that's going into San Francisco and winning. There's nobody can go in there and win.
No, and there's Christian McCaffrey's always going to get a
Down the
touchdown.
field, a Lions team that will not.
I hope for Stu. I hope for
yield.
Stu. I hope for Stu the Lions make it to the championship game. That would be awesome.
I hope they win it for
Yeah.
Papa Stu.
Oh, I
Right.
would root for
I
them
want
hard. to
Matt
beat San
Stafford to
Francisco.
just end them.
No, for Pat, we got to ride
Wow.
with Papa Stu, JC.
That's right.
Yeah, we're riding.
Jeremy Christopher is just on one tonight.
Well, you can't get
Well-
my name right, so I got to.
I'm pretty sure that's your name. Check out Paul Sports Network. Give us a love. Like and subscribe. Give us a little late Christmas gift. Check out Joshua Charles, the second UGA Football Live. Check us out on the Flippity Flop. We'll see you next year. Take care. Brush your hair. And for the Bobcat, for Jeremy, and for Roberto. We'll see you after a while.
Go Dogs.